man. Hey everybody, welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review. Man, do we have an awesome set in the house today. It is the Mos Eisley Cantina, set number 75290, ages 18 plus, has 3,187 pieces, and has a retail price of $350 US. Man, is this a hype set. Ever since I saw it like a week or two ago, all I could think of is, wow, what is this thing going to be like in person? We're going to see that. We're going to go deep diving into this review. I'm very curious as to what this build is like, because I've built, LEGO has had multiple Cantina sets over the years, multiple iterations of that scene, but this is the first time we've gotten a really in-depth, adult-oriented version of the Mos Eisley Cantina. And this is one of the rare LEGO Star Wars sets where we're getting more than 20 minifigures, 21 to be exact. That is really exciting. One minifigure for me particular stands out, and that is the fact that we're finally getting an Imperial Spy minifigure. Ever since I played the LEGO Star Wars Complete Saga video game, I have always wanted that minifigure. So without ado, let's go ahead and jump into this build right now, guys. And here it is, the Cantina fully built with all these minifigures. Already, I am super impressed by this set. I think a lot of you are going to enjoy this. Unlike previous reviews, I actually just want to dive right into the set. We'll touch on minifigures towards the end, but let's get into this Cantina because look how awesome it is. So one thing I just want to get out of the way right now is there's a lot of speculation that Obi-Wan's hut, this is not part of this set. This was a separate set from earlier in 2020 in the January wave. Everybody thought that Obi-Wan's hut here with these connectors, that it would connect into this set somehow. That is not the case, even though there are connectors right here that connect into these separate buildings. This particular connection point does not match up with anything right here, so there's no way to really attach Obi-Wan's hut into this set. You could definitely mod it and make it so that you could attach it, but LEGO does not mention anywhere in the instructions, on the box, or anywhere that I can clearly see on this set where you attach this particular set. So I just wanted to get this out of the way that no, there's no real connection for Obi-Wan's hut. You could still put it in the background and add to your Mos Eisley Cantina or just the Mos Eisley city, which honestly looks really good. It does blend in very well, but just know there's no connection point. So before we dive into the rest of the set, I want to go over the two land speeders that you get in this, which is first the V35 Land Speeder. It's actually a very nice looking speeder. You do see it in A New Hope pretty clearly in the background. Surprising that it comes in this set, but I think it's a welcome addition to fans. It's a good looking speeder. And then the other is the Ubrekken 9000 Land Speeder. Personally, it doesn't even look like a land speeder, and it's kind of like a running joke as to what this thing exactly is. But believe it or not, it is a land speeder, and you can indeed fit a minifigure in here. There's actually a little control panel and area. So I'm going to take Calfas here, and I'm going to put the minifigure in like so. So he fits in pretty easily. Close the hatch, and then I guess you can have this thing hover around or be a land speeder. Now, as for the V35 Land Speeder, it's a little bit different. It's interesting. It has two areas to put minifigures. So the first area is you take this cockpit off, and you can put a minifigure down like so. You have to kind of put them downwards, and then you can put the shield piece back on, the window piece. And then the other area you can put a minifigure is by standing them up in the back side. So you have two different options you can work with. You can maybe put Panda Baba and Dr. Evanson in here as well. You can have a lot of fun with it. All right, so now moving on to the actual bulk of this set, which is the Cantina. Before we get to that, we have to address the side building. So there's actually two different buildings going on here, this one right here and this one. They have a connection point to the Cantina right here. There's no other connection points around the set. However, when you break apart this connection point, it's very easy to kind of put it where you want, readjust it, and just kind of have fun with the layout. I really like the ability to take this off and move it around. And that's kind of the special thing about this set that I'll address throughout this review is just how ridiculously modular this set is. It is insanely modular. So taking a look at our first building, it seems to be a home of some sort. I think that's what the instructions clarify it as. But we have a little kitchen here with a stove. We have a little cup here, some binoculars, a shovel, a bag, and some type of chainsaw. Little light right here, which looks very nice. And then if we turn it upwards, you can see that there's a little hidden room with a little Kyber crystal in a bag right there. And then we have some more bins. We have a little wrench right here that works pretty well. And overall, it's a nice little simple room. Nothing crazy to talk about here. There are some nice exterior details. There's a nice little sticker as a control panel to open the door right here, which is really cool. You have some nice details here. And when you put the roof tops back on this building, it looks quite nice actually. I really like the overall look of it. As for the next building, you do have this nice opening door. You'll see this door kind of be reused throughout the cantina as well. We have some nice little details and greebling on the side. Of course, this dome opens up and then you can fully open it up 180 degrees. There's that door working again. You have a little blaster right here. And then what the instruction booklet says this is actually a little, I guess, junk selling area, just a little shop that a Jawa can use. So you can have a little trading going on right here, which is kind of neat. You have a nice fabric canopy right here. So it's very well managed. I really like the overall look here. And it connects very easily to our other building as well with just a simple click. And together they look even better in my opinion. Nice little side add-on to the cantina. All right, so now on to the actual cantina. Man, is this a nice cantina. It's really, really cool how it's actually laid out. First off, to even access the cantina, you're going to need to do a couple steps. First is to take off this top roof area, which personally I wish was a fully enclosed roof. I think it's open like this just so you can see all the minifigures inside, and I think a lot of Star Wars fans will like that. But for me personally, as a Lego fan, my sets do accumulate dust over the years, and having this be open like this is a little unfortunate because that means it is something you're going to have to worry about dust getting in on the inside of this set. So I really wish this was a fully enclosed top piece right here. Regardless, it's a nice little, you know, piece to add to this set and make it feel more together and cohesive, but I don't know, I kind of wish it was fully enclosed. But as for the steps to open up the cantina, you take that off, and then you're just going to kind of push this particular section right here open, and that's going to allow you to do a number of angles to see this set. First off, you can kind of open it, this is kind of what the box shows, which is opening it about 45 degrees, or actually more of a 90-degree angle here, 45, but this is a nice angle, but you can also fully go 180 degrees and open it all the way down, which is really, really cool. Not what I was expecting, actually. I thought it would have some type of stopping point. So this is really nice that you can go along each side and really play with each room, or just examine each room, whatever you want to do. But it doesn't even stop there. Each one of these rooms, panels that are on top of their specific roofs also comes off. So that is 6 different panels, which is kind of nuts. And then on top of all that, these domes also open so you can access those rooms even easier, which is just so nice. And it still doesn't stop there. That's right, if we go to the other side of the cantina, the outside exterior right here, all of these different moisture evaporators, this particular section, the Dewback area, all of this is separatable, meaning you can take all of it off like so, and you can place it wherever you want. So that's so cool. I really, really enjoy the ability to do that. That is really, really neat. I definitely really appreciate things like that. You have some opening doors and all of that jazz. When it goes this way on the back, it kind of reminds me of the Lego Star Wars video games. When you're walking around Mos Eisley, it's got a similar look of like, oh, there's so many doors, and the city is, feels a lot bigger when you do this. So that is so cool, and it's a really enjoyable feature that not many Lego Star Wars sets really have. All right, so jumping into the actual interior details. First up, we have the main bar. Boy, is this designed so nice. I love all the different details. You can see I have some minifigures set up, different aliens with Wuhar serving up some drinks and all that jazz to these guys. I'm going to take them away and we'll take a deeper look at this bar. And as you can see, there's plenty of different details here, different drink bottles. I don't know exactly what this contraption is here. It looks like something you'd see out of like a brewery or something to make drinks with. So that's really cool. If we zoom in, I just want to show that there are some more bottles, liquor bottles, whatever. These are considered to the Lego community. There's a wine type of glass, there's a cup. And then I really like that if you flip it over to the other side, you can kind of see it, but there's a little control panel that acts as like a, a Star Wars cash register for, all those credits and all that jazz. There's even some drawers that you can pull out. There's 2 different levels there. So just such a nice amount of details. There's another little area right here to put some things. Overall, the bar is super, super nice looking, and you can even fit almost all the minifigures around it, which is just super duper cool. I absolutely love that feature. All right, so I've gone ahead and put all of the minifigures into the cantina, so I filled up everything. It's really cool that when you place all these different minifigures along the side and you get them the way you like, when you close the cantina up and you look top down into the set, it is really quite incredible because you're like, oh wow, now it really comes together. It's got a very unique feeling. I really can't explain it super well other than I'm just super impressed with how it works. So really quickly, I just want to show that in the entrance area where Obi-Wan and Luke, of course the droids, and everybody comes into the cantina, there are 3 different chairs, one of which spins around here next to the opening door. Now coming back to this same scene, you'll see that there is some stairs right here. Nice amount of details. I have Luke and the droids coming in right here. I have Chewbacca right here specifically because there are some seats that are open around the cantina. Chewbacca unfortunately doesn't fit in any of these seats in the more cubbied areas, so you have to leave him on the outside just because of how the mold kind of works, so a little unfortunate. Over here in the back side, you'll see there's actually quite a bit of detail. Fortunately, it's kind of hard to show on camera, but there's a full booth back here that is able to fit at least 4 different minifigures. I have Panda Baba back there. I'll go ahead and get it a little bit brighter for you guys so you can really kind of see what's going on. There's a nice little bar, or a table, I should say, with some different glasses and such, and a little bit of a light in the back as well. So great amount of detail. I really enjoy all the different details that have gone into this set. Next to this booth right here, we have another cubby, and you'll see that there's, I believe, 4 different cubbies. First of which has 2 different seats, a light and table in the middle, as well as a mug in the back and another light. I have Calvas right here. And then moving on, it's kind of the same story with this cubby right next to this one. Again, 2 seats, some glasses in the back, just more areas to put minifigures. We have a little lamp on the back here, and then I have my Imperial Spy kind of hanging out here in the back, which seems accurate to me. And if we move on to the other side now, you'll see that we have the Cantina Band, which is really cool. They have their own little stage, which is really funny. We only get 3 of the 7 band members, so that's really cool. They all have their own instruments as well. After that is probably the most iconic of the booths in the cantina, which of course is where Han and Greedo sit down and have their little go at it with each other. What's really interesting is there is actually a play function with this area that I kind of didn't exactly expect, and that is on the back side there is 2 different areas right here to trigger the seats, and when the seat is triggered, this is what happens. The minifigure will fall forward just like the movie, But what's funny is Lego included it on both sides, so technically you could make the argument that Han shot first or Greedo shot first. It's up to the fans to decide that, which I thought was a really hilarious Easter egg to put into this set. Now the second to last room just has another boost seat right here as well as a table, and then I put another alien figure right here, the one that kind of looks like they're smoking something in the movie, which is kind of hilarious. You'll see that there's another table right here, so if I wanted to put Chewbacca or someone that won't really fit in those seats, I can put them easily on this side table. So if we make our way to the back side of the bar on the right side, you'll see there's actually a secret little room, which is actually Wuhar's little, I guess, storage closet, if you will. There's extra drinks, there's some binoculars back there, there's a broom, you know, just stuff to clean up all the mess in the cantina. What's really hilarious is actually there was no concept art, there's no reference to what exactly this room was in the original Star Wars movie. And because of that, Lucasfilm actually granted the Lego Star Wars designers to make up whatever they wanted to put in this room, which is really cool. So I don't know if that means that this is now canon. Does that mean it's canon? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments, guys. Now there's another way to access this room actually, and if we flip it out to the outside here, there is a door. Now you can see it, so there's actually a little control panel to open up this door, and that's just another angle to see this room. You can also just look inside from the top here. This particular dome actually opens over this secret room as well. Now as for the outside of the cantina, there's just some nice little details outlining it. First off, we have this moisture evaporator that is actually a really, really nice looking design. I really am enjoying what Lego did here. Connects in here with a little clip like so that works really well. And then there's some, you know, storage bins. One has a binocular piece in right here. This one has a wrench in it. And then there's this really nice printed Imperial, I don't even know what this says on the side, but an Imperial crate where you open this up and there's just a binocular piece, or at least that's what I believe it is, on the top there. All right, so making our way around the exterior of the cantina, you can see there is a ton of different details in the walls. I love this kind of little micro detail with some studs acting as, you know, some damage to the bricks of the outside. So that's really cool. You also have this little hook piece that surrounds the entrance of the cantina. That looks really nice. You have a little sticker here. I don't know if that actually says Cantina. Let me know if you guys can translate that down in the comments below. I would love to know what this actually says right here. But you also have another sticker that acts as a, you know, control panel to open and close the door, which is really cool. I put a little sand trooper right here because that looks really good. You can honestly get a good scale with the minifigure right here of just how kind of big this set really honestly is. Now, as we continue to move, you'll notice that we have a Dewback on the side, which is really cool. And this area that Dewback actually sits in is fully removable, so that's really nice as well. It easily can be put on and off the cantina. So I'd say the advantage, and, you know, some people will be like, why is this removable? Why not just, you know, keep it attached to the cantina? And my reasoning here is the things like the moisture evaporators and all that stuff that surrounds the outside of the cantina, having that be removable is really nice if you have a really small shelf, or maybe you just want to make the whole area feel bigger by deattaching and reassembling the different you know, modular components into a bigger, or what seems to be a bigger Mos Eisley city. So that's how you could look at it as well. There's, you know, some nice little details on the top, all that jazz. Now with the Dewback over here, this is a Dewback that's molded, so that's really nice. I know a lot of fans were a little worried that we would get a brick-built Dewback like we got in the Microfighter set from a few years back. So this is the molded Dewback from the 2014 Cantina actually. The mouth actually opens as well. It's got some printing right here, so that's really nice. The jaw piece is its own separate piece, by the way. I have another sand trooper on the top with some binoculars. I have his weapon here on the side of the Dewback, and the I don't even know what this is even considered, but it's another thing that the stormtrooper will hold. But yeah, it looks really nice. Very easy to attach the Dewback into this area and have him, you know, he has a little water area and I guess a little food bowl as well. So that's really cool. It's accurate to the movie as well. Moving on, you can see there's another moisture evaporator right here. Just like everything else, it's
removable, very easy to take it on and off. And that actually concludes everything for the Cantina. So overall, as you can see, it is a very large set with tons of different details. It can, expand into different areas by opening up the Cantina. And of course, we have that attachment area. So if you want to bring in the other part of the Mos Eisley set, you can connect it in right there like so. All right, so now getting into the minifigures, just FYI guys, I'm probably gonna butcher a lot of the names here, but first up is Wooher. As you can see, a very nice looking minifigure. This is a new version of him. We have gotten this figure in previous sets before, but great torso printing. The head is actually dual-sided, so as you can see, we have, those famous sideburns right here. Great looking face as well. And if we turn it around, you can see it's more of a, hey, get out of here, droids don't belong in the Cantina type of face. So that's a nice looking face as well. I do enjoy the fact that it is a dual-sided face with different expressions. It's always a nice addition to a minifigure. The next minifigure is Cabe. Fun fact, this is actually a female alien. Bet a lot of you did not know that. So there is at least one female character in this set. You can look it up on Wikipedia. It is, I believe, canon to Star Wars that this character is a female. As you can see, it is kind of like a bat-looking pig mix of an alien from the original Star Wars A New Hope movie. So very cool. There is no dual-sided print here, so it's just a single-sided. But that's fine. Special new torso piece specifically for this alien. It has the miniature legs and a new, I believe they use this on a werewolf in the collectible minifigures at some point, but a new print for that as well. So great looking minifigure. After that, we have, I have no idea how to pronounce his name. It's Herchek Kalfas. I just call him Kalfas because that's easier to say. But basically, it's actually a Transdoshan, very similar to Bosk, who is a famous bounty hunter. A lot of you probably know of Bosk. And it's using that same head mold as Bosk. And as you can see, it's a new tan color. I know a lot of fans are really excited about this figure. As you can see, there's also a new torso print. He has kind of the gunmetal-ish gray legs, which looks really good. Great looking figure, another amazing alien to have in this set. After that, we have a Jawa. So this is not a new version of the Jawa, I believe. We have gotten him, I think in Luke's Land Speeder earlier this year. But regardless, the torso print, the head print, all looks really good. If you're a fan of The Mandalorian, you probably have been wanting to pick out some Jawas lately. As you can see, he also has his stun blaster for droids, so that's really cool as well. He does have the classic hood piece. The reason why I say the classic one is because there's a new version that you'll see on both the Imperial Spy and Obi-Wan that was actually introduced earlier, I think in 2020 or late 2019. After that is Labria, I believe is the actual name, Labria. Interesting name for an alien, but regardless, they all have their own histories. As you can see, he has a brand new horn piece of a mold on top. He actually has a dual-sided face, so if I take this new molded piece off his head, which is actually a little bit difficult. Oh, yeah, there we go. If I turn around, you can see he has a different facial expression. And then the other thing is he has a new torso print. This is again using that gunmetal gray color, which looks really, really nice. Underneath the cape on the back side, if we turn it around, it also has printing on the back, which is, you never see it, but it's so nice that LEGO does include those type of details. I think a lot of people are also really excited to get this particular alien. It is pretty clearly seen in the Cantina sequence in the opening shot, so a nice addition. I think a lot of people are excited about another cool and awesome alien like this one. After that, we have Greedo. I'm not going to spend too much time on this figure. So Greedo looks great. He does not have arm printing. That would have been a great opportunity to do arm printing. None of the figures in this set have arm printing, which is a little sad considering how much money you're paying here. But regardless, a great looking minifigure. Another exciting alien to finally get is Panda Baba. Oh my gosh, it took forever to get this minifigure, but we finally have it. We have a brand new head mold for him, a new torso print on both sides. Unfortunately, there's no leg printing, but that's not a big deal. The arm is removable. If we remove the head, you can clearly see the rest of his torso printing. Looks so good. Another opportunity to also do arm printing. I really wish they did that, considering his arm was a quick focus of the Cantina sequence. But regardless, really great looking. And of course, you have to have Dr. Evanson as well. I believe that's how you say his name. I'm probably not correctly pronouncing it, though. Regardless, this isn't the only time we see these characters. We see them in Rogue One briefly. I know some fans were kind of upset by that quick cameo from Gareth Edwards, the director, but hey, I really enjoyed seeing both Panda Baba and Dr. Evanson on the run. Great looking minifigure here, though. He also has a dual-sided face, which I'll show in just a second. So this is his first facial expression. Take off that hair piece, and if we flip him around, we have a, he's got a lightsaber. So don't forget that he has the death sentence on 12 systems, guys. Next up we have, oh my gosh, what a hilarious name, Moba Nadon, I think is how you say his name. Regardless, you do actually see him pretty clearly in the Cantina sequence. Boy, is this a great looking alien. I love the torso printing and the leg printing, especially that you have some feet printing right there as well. That looks really great. Love the way this minifigure looks. Another fantastic alien to add to the Cantina. Next up is the Imperial Spy. Now the box clarifies him as a Garndan, I think is how you pronounce the species name, or his character name. I actually think his species is something else. But regardless, I'm going to call him the Imperial Spy because that's kind of, I believe that's what the Lego Star Wars video game called him. He does come with a little blaster pistol. He has a special Imperial suit that's actually new and exclusive to this figure. Now the way his head works is actually kind of interesting. It's kind of like a front piece that goes around a regular Lego minifigure head, which is kind of different, kind of interesting looking. The actual minifigure head is blank. It doesn't have any printing underneath of it. It doesn't have like a dual-sided face or anything quite like that. And you can kind of see how it wraps around the head. It's very unique. I don't think we've quite seen anything like this in Star Wars before. I think Lego's done molds like this with other things in you know, the different system sets, but I've never seen anything quite like this in Star Wars. So that's really, really cool. Regardless, I still think it's a great looking minifigure. And you can also see he has some back torso printing. And if we flip his cape back around, you can clearly see you can actually move the face around quite a bit. But unfortunately, when you put the top hood piece on, your movability kind of goes away pretty quickly, which is a little bit unfortunate. But regardless, I am so happy to have this minifigure that I really don't care. After that, we have Luke Skywalker. As you can see, he is a normal looking Luke. There isn't anything special here. He does have a dual-sided face. Great looking figure. Next, we have Obi-Wan, or Ben Kenobi, however you want to address him, from the original Star Wars movie. This is also not a new figure, at least from what I can tell. The torso print has been used before, and then you can also see it's that new hood piece, and he does not have a dual-sided face, in case you were wondering. And there is some printing on the back of the torso. Of course, he has to have his blue lightsaber to slash off that arm from the Cantina sequence. Great looking Obi-Wan. I do wish maybe we got a slightly new version with some leg printing, but not a big deal. After that, we have Han Solo. As you can see, he has some really nice leg printing on the dark blue legs. He has some belt printing too, even. We haven't gotten a Han Solo in quite a bit. He also has that new hair piece, which looks really nice. There's some back torso printing, and there is, I believe, a dual-sided face for Han Solo. So yes, he has a kind of a smirk on the other side. So great looking minifigure that I think a lot of fans will of course enjoy having. That face might be new, I'm not entirely sure, but regardless, great looking minifigure. Of course, next to Han Solo, you have to have Chewbacca himself. This is nothing new, same Chewbacca we've gotten in a lot of different sets in years past. Same mold, same printing. There's some leg printing there, and the body underneath is blank. He does have that new stud shooter bowcaster as well. Not a big fan of that. I wish we would just get a normal bowcaster mold, but regardless, great looking minifigure. Always happy to have in a set. Next up, we have a Bith Musician. As you can see, a great looking minifigure. I believe this is the same one we got in the 2014 Lego Star Wars Cantina set, so I don't believe there's anything new here in terms of the figure. It's been a while since we got him, so it's great to have this really awesome looking molded headpiece. As you can see, there's a lot of details, some great printing. There is a nice torso print here, as well as on the back. No detail on the legs, unfortunately. Now there is 3 of these guys, and each of them have their own musical instruments, so there they all are. Very cool. Of course, the set has to include C-3PO, so here he is in all of his glory with his silver left leg. Great looking C-3PO. Hopefully we'll get one day a C-3PO with some arm printing. I really think that would have been a great opportunity to include an arm printed C-3PO. It's just something to make them a little more rare, because we do get them quite often, and nothing has really changed with them in quite a while. Of course, also get R2-D2. Nothing to really say here, but of course, great to always get R2. Again, I'm hoping for a redesign one day. This figure has been used so much in the last 10, 20 years of LEGO Star Wars. Hopefully we'll get a new version with a 3rd leg one day. Lastly, we have the Sand Troopers. Now there's 2 of them that come in this set. The only difference between the 2 figures is that one has a orange pauldron and the other has a black one. And of course the other difference is actually the face. So if I take the helmets off, you can see they do come with 2 different faces. One with the Lex Luthor face, the other I believe was used on an Endor trooper, an Endor Rebellion trooper, if I remember correctly, from one of the battle packs actually. Both have the same type of backpack with some nice details around here. Both also include binoculars and a weapon. They do have torso printing underneath the backside, and the leg printing here looks nice. It would have been cool to have this updated with some white hips, and maybe have the printing continue down on the hips, just like one of the older classic Stormtrooper designs. But regardless, this is a hard figure to get your hands on. The printing is really nice, especially on the helmet. I love the dual-sided helmet. I know some fans don't like it, but I really enjoy this helmet design. So I hope LEGO continues to use it, actually, because I think it's super, super accurate looking. Regardless of your opinion, it's still a great looking minifigure.
All right, so you guys have seen the minifigures, you've seen the set. Now comes the question of, is this set worth $350? Because that's no small price to pay for a large LEGO Star Wars set. To me, after a lot of consideration, I do think this is worth that $350 price tag. Mainly because you're getting so much out of this set. There's plenty of details to keep you occupied, and an abundant amount of minifigures, 21 minifigures to be exact, tons of different little side details, and just plenty of displayability here. I love the fact that everything is modular. You can rearrange this entire Mos Eisley Cantina to whatever you want, with different moisture evaporators on other sides. Maybe you want everything separate. As you can see here, I have it so this building's not connected here. You can place the land speeders everywhere. You can bring in Obi-Wan's hut and other Mos Eisley sets we've gotten in the past, and really just expand this out. So I love that. I think that is the killer feature about this set, is just the expandability, the modularity, and all of the details, on top of already the great brand new and exclusive aliens that we get in this set that I know a lot of you are really excited by. So it's just barely worth that $350. If this was $299, $300, oh man, this would have just been the deal of the day. I'd be like, okay, everybody go get this set. But I still think even at $350, you are getting quite a value of a LEGO Star Wars set. I think a lot of you would really enjoy not only just the playability, but the displayability of the set is really great. But yeah, I enjoy this set. I think the minifigure selection is fantastic. I was hoping, though, to get the Cad Bane looking alien. You see him also for a brief second. The instruction booklet actually also points out that there's like 40 different characters from the Cantina that they had to choose from. Ultimately, I think they chose 5 or 6 aliens they made new and exclusive for this set. And I think they were good choices. Are they the best choices? I don't know. That's up to debate. But hopefully we'll get more Cantina figures down the line, maybe in some type of smaller set. Regardless, I'm so happy this set exists. It's such a improvement over the last Master Builder series set, the Bespin City set. That was just atrociously big. It takes up so much space. It's not modular. You can't separate things out. I think they should have made that modular. They went the right path here. I think this is a great example of what the Master Builder series should be. Also, just lastly, want to point out that instruction booklet that this set comes up with, that the instruction booklet comes with in this set, is something you should really pay attention to. There's a lot of great information both at the beginning and throughout your build experience of about 7 hours or so. So definitely pay attention to those notes, because they highlight different characters in really cool different ways that I think is really unique and something I think a lot of you would really enjoy. Shout out to my boy Caesar. He's also the one who designed this from the LEGO Star Wars team. So hope you're doing well, man. I love this set. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say down in the comments below. I love this set. I also want to thank LEGO for providing the set for review as well. They got it to me a little bit late this time. That's all right. I'm not going to complain or anything like that. Great set, guys. Great set. Hope you guys have a great, wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.